everybody doing tonight? This is my third time out here at La Cosa. About my 800th time out of one of these small towns like this. Anyhow, I went to Subway the other day, and I get up there, the total's like $5.38 or something like that. They've got some change, you know, some of these places have a little extra change in the jars. I see some nickels, dimes, quarters, whatever. So I'm like, alright, I'll pay 38 cents, you know, and with somebody else's money, why not? So as I start to reach in and pull it towards me, the lady at the register is giving me this death stare, and as I turn it towards me more, I realize that it says Subway tip jar. So I was like, oh shit, I was like, sorry, you know. But I didn't know that was the proper etiquette now, you know, to be tipping the Subway people. So all I have to say, if you're tipping the Subway people and you're not giving the homeless any money, okay, you're some selfish bitches, alright? And for one thing, as far as the Subway goes in the tips, okay, what do they get, $3, $4 by the end of the day? What do? Split that so they can go out and buy a pack of cigarettes and smoke on their stressful ass job, you know? And please don't call these people sandwich artists, alright? The last time I checked, you had to, you know, be creative to be artistic or an artist, you know what I mean? So, yeah, the last time I checked, we get up there and we tell them exactly what we want on that sandwich. So, nothing about what they do is artistic, okay? At least if you give money to the homeless people, they've got their fancy cardboard signs with their Sharpies, you know? That's a little bit more creative than the Subway people. And even then, you know, we'll work for food. Hell, they might come up with a sketch for you too, you never know. We got any football fans out here? Yeah, of course, we always do. I don't give a shit about football. But I know that's kind of crazy to hear a guy say that. You know, it's kind of like the equivalent of hearing about a prostitute that doesn't give oral sex. It's just something you don't hear about very often. So, and some of the guys out there, maybe some of the ladies too, are saying, well, what is he, a fag or something? Well, no, last time I checked, I'm straight, but I did used to be a professional wrestler, so I wasn't spandex tights wrestling around with other guys in a wrestling ring, so 5–10% gay, maybe, I don't know, you can be the judge of that. But, anyways, I think every straight guy should have at least one gay friend, simply because you never know when you're going to get that opportunity to go ahead and make fun of them and get away with it. You know, you can do it in general to somebody, but then you're just being a dick. But if it's your friend, it's okay. I'll give you a prime example. I was working at a nursing home down in Texas, and on Thanksgiving we had all the patients making pies and stuff like this. And all of a sudden, my friend Anthony, he comes over. I said, Anthony, why don't you have a piece of pie? You know, everybody's eating. There's more than enough. And he says to me, he goes, oh, I don't really like pie. I was like, oh shit, he did not just say that. So of course I was like, oh, I said, how could I forget? Well, I said, well, maybe next time we can, you know, make some strudel or something, and you can have a lick. Taste of that. You know, it sounds like most of you got that out there, but if you didn't get that, strudel references for the dick, and we all know what the pie means, I hope. So, anyways, how about the phrase "a steaming pile of shit"? Has anybody ever thought about that? I thought about that the other day when I've been taking my dog out every morning as usual, but I've noticed more, even when the weather changes, her shit in the morning only, it steams. Literally, steam comes from her shit. So I decided to go, you know, I got a little curious, and I was like, does this work with humans too? Well, let me just give you a word of advice, okay? The only thing that was steaming was the old lady after I shit in her bush, okay? So, any of you guys out there, you ever been in the middle of sex and your woman looks up to you? It doesn't matter if it's somebody you've been with for a while or you know, one night stand, looks up at you and says something you just don't want to hear. That happened to me years back. I'm in the middle of sex. I'm not going to get all graphic or anything, but you know, I'm in the middle of it. And all of a sudden, she looks up at me with a serious face and she goes, you know, if you don't call me again after this, I'll cut your dick off. Oh shit, you know, in my head, oh crap, you know? So two things are going to happen. One, you're either going to go limp real quick, or two, you're going to try to forget about that shit and keep going on, you know? So I did the latter. But let me tell you, at the end of that, I was saying to her, I said, you need a wake-up call tomorrow, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., what time do you need? Let me tell you, I called her every day for a week straight till she got tired of hearing from my ass, because I didn't forget about wearing a bobby, folks. Okay, I don't know if she got some sort of fan club out there and they've got a website. You know, I didn't want to be pick of the week with my Johnson up there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Lacosa. 3rd month in a row. Try a little new, do a little old. Alright, so anybody remember the first job, day of the first job? Well, with all that silence and looking around with the crowd tonight, it looks like some of you are probably lucky to remember what the hell you did yesterday. Anyways, I remember my first job. It was at McDonald's. And for some reason, my buddy thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and smoke a joint. You know, I was 15, my first job. So I did, and I got there, and they had me in the second drive-through window doing the easiest thing possible. I didn't even have to bag the food, okay? All I had to do was do the drinks. Pretty damn simple. Well, pretty quickly, within the first probably half hour or so, I started getting a lot of complaints because apparently I was giving people cups of ice without any soda in it. Now, I don't know how fucking high you gotta be, but apparently I was that high, okay? You know, that's about like the equivalent of a janitor that goes to clean up a spill and brings along the mop bucket and not the mop, okay? It's not that hard, right? So of course the people outside the drive-thru window are thinking one of two things. Either one, where the hell did they get this crackhead? Or two, oh that's nice that McDonald's is still hiring the mentally challenged kids. So, before I left town a couple months ago, I was out with some family and stuff. And we're drinking some beer. And my cousin comes up to me and throws his hands on my shoulders real hard and just shakes the shit out of me. I get the beer all over it. I look at him and I was like, shit. I said, how the hell do you expect me to go to the strip club now when my leg's already wet? Yeah, I usually get the moans. Sometimes a little laugh, so fuck it, we're just trying it out. That's alright, that's just a little sick side to come out. So anyways, anybody seen this Quiznos commercial? The one, you know what I'm talking about, it's about the gayest commercial I've ever seen in my life. Actually, they might have saw some of my videos circulating on the web, what little bit is circulating, because they cut the first half of this commercial out. You know, they've got the sub guy, the oven is telling him, stick it in me, Scott. Say it sexier, Scott. I'm just like, are you serious? I mean, I just want to be in the boardroom with the marketing, like, I understand sex sells, but what the hell are they thinking? You know what? Let's have a gay oven telling the subboy to stick it in him. That'll work. Whatever just happened to having a blonde with big tits to sell sex? I mean, seriously. And the only way that that commercial is going to increase the sales of Quiznos is if they're running it while the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy's going on, okay? Oh, shit. You guys lock your doors here? A lot of small towns, they don't seem to lock their doors very often. And I always lock my door, okay? Especially in my truck, alright? I don't care if it's a Girl Scout coming up towards my truck or a crackhead, alright? Cookies or crack, I don't care. I'm locking my door. How are we doing on time, Katrina? Alright, we're gonna wrap it up. Let's see. I'm going, oh, there we go. Thank God for the GPS, okay? Because the same thing seems to happen to me every time that I go for directions. I walk into there and I say, hey, do you know where such and such place is? And I get the same reaction every time. I got two pimple-faced teenagers start looking at each other going, no, I don't exactly, we don't know where that is. But we think it's somewhere close to here. I'm like, really? No shit, you think it's someplace close to here? Well, if I didn't think it was close to here, I probably would have stopped at another gas station. You know, I think they need to just come up with some sort of little questionnaire or survey or something when they hire these people, just to at least know the general surrounding area. Okay, because there's three simple things that you need to be able to do as a gas station attendant, okay? That's one, take the money. Two, point the drunken high people to the ho-hos and Twinkies. And three, learn how to give some simple freaking directions, okay? Alright, I'm Ryan K. I thank you guys. Have a good night.